Thank you for joining us now. Let's get into our conversation. Against all odds, Nigerian chef Hilda Baci, popularly known as Hilda Baci, on Monday night set a brand new Guinness World Record of 100 hours for the longest cooking time by an individual as she ended her cooking marathon. As of 8:32 a.m. Monday morning, Hilda Baci had cooked 48 hours and 32 minutes to equal the record which was previously set by an Indian chef, Latin Tosin. Tosin on her own part had achieved the feat after cooking for 87 hours, 45 minutes and 0 seconds back in the year 2019. But Hilda, despite having broken the record, made a U-turn at 4 p.m. as she disclosed that she was fully ready to reach 100 hours of marathon cooking. She had actually launched into the competition on Thursday, May 11, 2023 at exactly 4 p.m. when she put on her cooker, but never relented on her vision to set a new record. And at exactly 8 p.m. Monday, she reached 100 hours of marathon cooking. The Cook-A-Thon has garnered attention and commendation both online and at a physical venue where celebrities including the governor of Lagos State, Baci, have been trooping in to support the chef. So what does this huge feat mean to Nigeria, Hilda Baci herself, and the food sector and the entire tourism value chain? So let's get started now. Tosin Obembe is the director at Hilda Baci Cook-A-Thon. He joins us live now virtually. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time, Tosin. We appreciate you for coming on board. Oh my goodness! I thought I had, Tosin there. So can you hear me, Tosin? Good morning.
Yeah. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. First, I want to say congratulations on the success of Cook-A-Thon and the record-breaking achievement of Hilda Baci. So could you share with us a brief overview of this remarkable journey? Let's start from there.
It's just a dream of a 27-year-old girl that she's had. It's like 5 years ago, but she waited for the right time to get the resources, including putting the right team together. To get it done. One thing about Hilda is that she was very particular about every detail. So when she shared the idea with every member of the team, she let you know what she wants. She had welcome suggestions and ideas, but she knows what she wanted, and that's what she communicated to everybody. So the interesting thing again is whenever you like everything to get it right. So we have umpires, we have umpires and timekeepers, we have people logging the food that she's making. So we decide to set up like, okay, having all this, we decide to make sure that we cross all T's and dots all I's. So we made sure that we went through the guidelines back to back over and over again, and then we know that we decide to put the right thing, the right production in place. We set up a whole kitchen, but one thing was important. We realized that we needed to set up. We are going for 4 days, and no matter what, if she's cooking for 4 days, she's going to get out at some point. So we decided to do the attempt at a place where we can set up some level of entertainment in front, just to keep her entertained while she's cooking. So. That's what we did for the Guinness World Record. They were able to make it down. So what we did was to use a CCTV system to document our process, which we'll be submitting for review as time goes on, very soon actually.
I mean, this is quite perhaps will take a lot of effort to get it done. So I'm just wondering because what you're explaining, I mean, it's not just, I mean, it's easy that you're explaining it, and it's very, very simple to us. But a 4-day work of directing, coverage, cameras are there, and all of this that you explain. Can you talk to us about the running around and how you made it happen, because one is wondering, because I'm just imagining that maybe the team that are involved in making this happen didn't sleep as well, just as Hilda Baci didn't sleep as well for 4 days.
Okay, let me just take you through the production process.
Yes.
Please. So you are right. The team didn't sleep because even while we're running shifts, there's a lot of other things to be done. So what we did is we tried to dissect our audience. Our very first audience, which is the most important one, is the Guinness World Record people. So we did a production design by Bisola. Bisola is the head of production design. She did the kitchen. What we now did is we attached a CCTV camera to the kitchen. We placed the timer in front of it. We ran the CCTV to a place and
Oh there, Tosin, I would have loved to hear. Okay, I mean, perhaps to get him back online again, but of course, it takes a whole lot of effort. I can imagine the kind of effort, teamwork, and the process of running all around that went into these. Maybe you need to talk to us about this. Go ahead. I'm aware you're there now, Tosin.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Can you hear me? Did you hear my last question?
Yes, I did.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, so that was the first thing we set up in terms of production. Then the second thing is like, okay, the people that will be watching live. So we set up a live feed where we're running a 5-camera production. Actually 8 cameras production for people to be able to watch YouTube. People who are not there, and then people who are there to be able to watch on the screen. Then we set up another team. We call them the FOMO team. Right? Their job is to shoot highlights and put it on social media so as to gain attention and so that people can actually come through, because we don't want to bring people in. So we just come and have fun. Then we make sure that the food that Hilda is making is available for people to eat in buckets, bucket plates. Small plates. So the production parts from as a show director, and that's something that kept coming to me. Hilda as I need to like watch her, and then vis-a-vis the entertainment that we're putting in place. So the very first night was the hardest. I think some around the 7th hour, she actually said she wasn't doing again. That she's sad, that we should put her out. That
Oh my goodness. Okay, that we go again. Perhaps to be able to have him back to talk to us again. But I try to explain the complexity involved in setting up, the cameras, the production crew, the directing, and capturing everything live that happened there. Please continue on that process, please.
Okay. So I don't know when you lose me actually, because I can see everything clearly. So when you lose me, please let me know. Yes. So I was talking about how we have usually run into no problem, but it's a challenging.
Yeah. Just a moment, Tosin. I needed you to conclude on the point where you were saying that the first 7 hours of the show, how did she feel? You were talking about whether she was always giving up at that point, but she kept pushing, isn't it? Talk to us about that process, please.
Yes, 7 hours to the attempt, she actually reached out to she told the project lead in Norway, Isabel. She told her that we should pull her out, that she can't do it again. That was like shocking for everybody. So we were, this is how it works. For every 1 hour, you have 5 minutes. So what we did was we usually accumulate the hours, and the plan was, okay, we do 12 hours and then she gets 60-minute break. But then at 7 hours we had a lot, so we were scared. But what we did was was that the night Sydney talk. No. That was the night the mom actually, we did a lot. We did prayers started, we were playing gospel music, we collected our phone to enter our playlist to play music that inspired her. But the interesting thing is, at that 7th hour was around like 2 a.m. So, but around like 4, 5 a.m., she went for a break, she came back, and then Hilda went straight to do 12, if 12, I think 12 or 14 hours, straight after going to rest and coming back. That was actually surprising to all of us. So, but I now realized every night between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. was always a struggle to get her.
Okay.